Yeah, you must be,
Must be new. I see you, baby.
In line, done, who am I? Feeling like a moon guy, layered or a cool guy, layers like a moon pie, appetizer over, gotta bring the car back home. On my phone, making plays, been legit, heaven on the way, funds okay, stay in space, keep my peace, keep my K, puffing on the dusty, switch on the bass, gotta keep it on my mind, screw toss never fade from me, teach eternity, peace, my G, a new world order, if you ain't know.
What's going on? Peace to the world. I mean, I go by P100 Infinite%. That's your boy 4 letters. Yeah. Pretty much we just kicking this show off. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold your breath. Basically, there's a lot of stuff going on in hip hop. What's going on in the world that we will be addressing on this show, and more shows to come. I mean, give a little breakdown of your history of 4 letters.
Man, it's your boy 4 letters coming live and direct from Birmingham, Alabama, representing international though. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's easy. I mean, I'm from Albany, Georgia, kicking shit in the A right now. You know what I'm saying? Roster, Mr. Godbody. I mean, 7-star general. You already know. I mean, I feel like the state of hip hop originally healing higher infinite powers, healing our people. It going into a whole different stage of change. Initially, it was just, it's about the whole element. Originally it came with the graffiti, the whole artistic, the whole music, and then what you put on the beats. Now it's just one-dimensional. And I mean, what's your take on that, Fola?
man, you know what it is basically hip hop is growing. I mean, I don't knock it for growing, but when the powers that be get their hands into it, I mean, they don't have no guidance. You feel me? Anything going without guidance is, you know, destined to go awry. But to each his own. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I mean, I never want to actually end up sounding like my pops, for instance. You know what I mean? Because my generation, you know what I'm saying, it was my father and them, they didn't like our music. So now the generation up under me, it's not really my cup of tea. It's a certain number of artists that I rock with, but I don't ever want to be like, back in the day, you know, you know, because it's just different times and different music right now.
I mean, you got that theory that a lot of these folks putting out there that the boogeyman, the Illuminati. Me personally, I think it's just elitist, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people willing to do anything for money, putting their value on their product, on their life, equating that to the stature of a dollar, and that when really the loss and decline of the music lost its value to the point it was about being the best MC, like putting more time and more effort into your craft. Now it's about trying to make that quick dollar, and you got a lot of these folks signing, lack of a better term, straight retarded, but you can't knock the hustle though, like they making money.
I mean, to each his own, you know, we living in capitalistic America, you know, from where hip hop came from, which is the have-nots, you know what I'm saying? Now, everybody in hip hop, quote unquote, rich, and you ain't worth nothing if you ain't worth nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, that's all it is. I mean, y'all rappers is lying. Y'all niggas is lying. I mean, but hey man, it's a difference between embellishing yourself, but it's flat out lying, bro. Like, if everybody a boss, then who out here struggling?
Originally too though, like it used to be like a vehicle in which all people inform the people on what's going on in the world. Now you got the
commentary.
Yeah. Now you got the internet when people can look it up, but still that element missing in the music, like verses talking about the rents and stuff, and ain't. Of course, when it kind of hit mainstream, like a Trey Martin situation, Emmett Till, then the people want to do a song about it, but originally it was done without no warning or done without nobody bringing it to the mainstream?
I mean, I just wish in hip hop it would have more balance, because I'm a firm believer that, you know, I believe in righteousness, but at times I like my ratchetness too. You can't have, you know, good without evil, as long as it's a balance or whatever, because whatever I may be rocking with, somebody else may not be rocking with per se. But at the end of the day, I don't want the whole seesaw to be on one side. Just, man, step y'all bars up. Care about the culture. That's all you know what I mean? Because back when I was coming up, and people before me, you had to have a right to MC. You had to prove yourself. But now with the internet era, nobody has to prove themselves. They just get on the computer, do their thing, and boom, boom, boom. They out there. I mean, more power to them. I don't knock nobody hustle, but at least I care about this craft. You feel what I'm saying? So I wish there would be more people out here that care about the craft, because if you don't, then it's gonna be done away with.
Yeah.
So
shit, ain't that hip hop dying? It's declining in a sense. Don't get me wrong, the power still there. We are affecting a lot of the youth through this culture of hip hop, but the value and the original essence, I mean, missing to the point that you just creating automatons. And I mean, I feel like it's still a balance, but on the mainstream level, they only promote that negativity, you know, to equate with, I heard and seen articles about a lot of the privatized prison got stock in a lot of these top corporations, in a sense of creating that ship to enslave our people.
I'm definitely not with. I'm not with the feminizing the black male. I'm not with that at all. I don't care who this offends, because at the end of the day, I have a son. You feel me? And it's just, I'm not rocking with that. It's like now, you get passes for wearing dresses and all of that. And I ain't with that. That ain't a part of. That ain't a part of the culture. You feel me? Because anything that you do is a culture with it. If you run for the president, the culture of being a president, you have to be married, clean shaven. You have to conduct yourself a part of the culture. Like hip hop, we were never with that wearing skirts. That was never part of our culture. That ain't a part of the black man culture, period. You see what I'm saying? So it's like now you gotta ask yourself, where is this coming from? But I mean, to each his own. I'm not finna do it. You know what I mean? I'm not finna do it. That's not what I represent.
So let me ask you this question too, cause I know I kind of felt the grind, harder struggle when you standing for, just for lack of a better term, that black man righteousness. The grind be hard, cause you ain't finna sell yourself out. So I'm wondering, do you have that same experience with your grind, whatever you're doing, like whether the music or whatever the other avenues you grinding out to with?
It's always a grind, you know what I mean? But you know, without struggle, there's no progress. But of course, you're gonna have the powers that be now. People, like nowadays, you got comedians apologizing for something, but like, the comedy stage is sacred. Anything goes. I mean, like, think about it. Back in the day, in Living Color, there was a skit on Handyman. They can't do that these days. They gonna offend somebody, you feel what I'm saying? And like, that's just, it's not fair to me, because I've been offended my whole life by other people, but why can't, you know what I'm saying? I feel that people have the right to say what they want to say, but like, say what you want to say depending on where you at. You got to conduct yourself. But if you're an artist, if you're a straight up artist, man, you got to have that freedom of speech. You can't put nobody in a box. You see what I'm saying? Because these messages of, if somebody feel negative about what I'm saying, they should have the right to speak out. And as should I. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But I'm just in this game. I'm in this game because I love hip hop. I love what it represents. I love where it came from, and I love where it can go. Period. Because if you travel the world, that's what they know about America. Hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's the most influential music in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? So I care about that, and that speaks. Hip hop only like 40 years old. If if you really do the math and break it down, you know what I'm saying, it's a young genre, it wasn't here to stay, but in order to preserve this, man, I just want more people to take this thing serious and just push forward, you know what I'm saying, knock down new boundaries. Because there's a lot of talented MCs out there, but on the other hand, there's a lot of garbage MCs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of do with that money finance. So like a lot of folk, how to put it, pretty much, it's crazy that MCs now, they get endorsement. Probably back then they didn't get endorsement by major companies to co-sign their product.
Wait a minute, Run DMC had Adidas.
Oh, okay, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Run DMC had it. But you know what? This is what I suggest. Okay. Because like say you got all these different genres of rock music. You got hard rock, you got soft rock, you got classical rock, heavy metal, you know what I'm saying, 80s rock, whatever it may be. But with hip hop, it's under this one umbrella. I think that this music should have categories as well as the other genres, because like to me the argument is like say you get a Mortal Technique or you know or a Lupe Fiasco or the Roots or whoever, you know what I'm saying, that's classified as hip hop. But on the other end you may have like Migos. To some people that may not be hip hop. I mean, I think music like that needs to have its own category or whatever. Cause that's, I mean, you know, I ain't gonna speak on it. I got my own opinion because I ain't throw nobody under the bus. But I think it should be categories to this. Cause a lot of people, what they represent, that ain't hip hop, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't feel that you should just you hip hop just cause you rap, you know what I'm saying? Nah.
They try to put that argument out like hip hop is what you live and rap is what you do or something like that.
I mean,
so they try to do the argument, well, kind of presented that a lot of those are just rappers and like how you were saying, Lupe Fiasco and people like them are hip hop people. But I don't know, that's kind of, I look at it the same thing myself.
Man, you gotta have some of these artists, like, yo, you should know the art, know the forefathers, cause the older MCs nowadays, they get no respect, and I feel that it's sad. You know what I mean? And that goes down, and it's not even because of the younger generation. It's because of hip hop being so young. If you come out with a joint and like say you up in age and not the younger people not familiar with your music, they throw you to the wolves like, yo, man, I don't respect him because he old or whatever. That's, to me, it should change. Everything should change and evolve. Nothing should stay the same. I understand that. But at the end of the day, with this radio format, it's enough hip hop music for everybody to get shine. Old, young, underground, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But what's wrong is like they getting that same song played over and over and over, and that's not fair to me. Like, cause back when I was younger or whatever, 50-year-olds wasn't necessarily listening to hip hop, but nowadays 50-year-olds is listening to hip hop. So therefore they should have a format like 98.7. You see what I'm saying? They got genres from 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And with hip hop, same thing. I should be able to listen to